sleepers?
Yeah. Now this is the front over here, Alex. I don't know if this is a nice
Stare at it.
Yeah. Look, some lovely engines here.
What's that they have in the front?
Where? Willow Mill. Oh, this must have been a mill.
That's where they cut
This is
the
Willow
wood.
Mill. Ah, look, there's the old cutter over there.
Got it. Let me get a picture now.
Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Close. That's really the jewel of the Nile is that 44 tonner. Look at these guys. Right, so here we have a General Electric 44-ton locomotive. 11 came to Trinidad in 1941 for the U.S. Army Transport Corps, and they built the base at Waterfield. Few mosquitoes here. This is a 44-ton General Electric, which is here at the Florida Railroad Museum. I guess it's called the Florida Railroad Museum. This is the first time I've seen one of these engines since I last saw them running in 1965, when they were running for the Trinidad Government Railway.
GE built 386 of these engines between 1940 and 1956. Trinidad was the only place in the world where this type of engine was used on mainline passenger trains.
The U.S. Army sold 2 of these engines, number 52 and number 53, they became, of the Trinidad Government Railway. 2 of these engines to the Trinidad Government Railway in the 1940s. And the TGR liked them so much that they ended up buying 2 brand new ones. Number 54 and number 55 were the brand new engines that came via Neil and Massey Engineering in Trinidad. And in 1961, they bought another 5 engines from the New Haven and Hartford Railway. And in total, there were 9 of these in Trinidad.
Yeah, probably. What's happening here is actually the cover is off the engine
Okay.
due to this little area right here with these holes is actually causing water to get in the fuel.
Oh, I see. Right. Ah, right.
So what I'm going to do is remove the plunger and clean it out. That means we're full on air. Also, that sound, if it makes that sound again,
Yep.
it's going to be blowing any water that builds up in the air tank right out of it.
Means we're gonna get wet.
No, it's just going to make that sound a lot.
Okay. All right. Ah, here it comes. Yeah.
That's what happens when somebody sells you bad fuel.
Diesel preservation. Priming it there?
Yep. And we're looking at this gauge over here on the left.
Oh yeah. You gotta be in the green before you can start?
It's actually going to drop once it gets going again.
Okay.
And then, but I like to prime it first so that it doesn't take as long to build up pressure. But the problem that we're having, guard tracks are always a little. Alright, everybody will hold on. We're going to stop for 1 2. Not quite. It just controls how much amperage is going to pressure. 5 seconds, the engine shuts down. I'm going to go like this, land, and then I'm going to go like that, lay off, then up, and then lay off. Alright? On the horn. Yep. Brake, right? That's on the brake.
Okay.
Throttle.
Okay.
0.
Right, that's forward.
Reverser. Yep. Reverse. All right.
All right.
Okay. Pull out the bell. Pull out the bell.
So pull this out. Oh, what's this?
Pull the bell out.
Right.
Horn 2 times. Release the independent. Release the independent.
This one?
No.
Oh, this one.
Yep. Push it down. Pull it over. Put the reverser in.
Right.
Pull it out on the gear.
It's amazing you know all that.
All right. Pull up to the milepost 855 and come to a stop.
Yeah. That's the one up there, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
Really hard.
Yep. That's the power plant, by the way. That's the owner of our plant. Power plant.
Oh, that one over there, right? What's your speed limit on this line?
15.
15, is it?
I just got watching. 2 minutes ago.
This is a 44-ton General Electric Bobo, I guess it's called a Bobo, right? BO locomotive. And we're heading here. This particular model works for the US Navy. It's very similar to the 11 44-ton General Electric engine which came to Trinidad. And I better pay attention because I'm about to slow down and stop.
Lighting as well.
Try to put that milepost right in line with your head.
Okay.
Right outside your window.
How's that?
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
All right. Who's next? So release this now.
All right.
Put this back in the center, right?
All right.
That's in the center.
You remember how to get it to go again?
Yeah.
All right.
Here we go. Put this back in. And I gotta. Just on the second level here, bringing up the speed, heading south along the Florida Railroad Museum. This is a 44-ton Bobo General Electric engine, very similar to the ones that ran on the Trinidad Government Railway back in the 1940s that were brought in by the US Army. This particular example is a Navy locomotive, but it will do for us today because this is the only example that I've seen since 1965 when I watched the Trinidad Government Railway engines running into San Fernando.
Apply just a little bit of brake, just a very little bit, a little bit more, a little bit more. Yep. If you turn it counterclockwise, it'll turn on the wiper. Kind of stiff. Counterclockwise. Yeah. There we go.
Oh, it's the air. Whoa.
Whoa!
That elevator. Well, at least it's through the road.
That's how they work.
Now, you see, if Trinidad had the foresight to keep some of its engines, today we could be doing the very same thing along the Libria Clara line and through the Tabaqui Tunnel. But instead of that, we scrapped our railways in 1968, and scenes such as this were lost forever.
The rails we run on are original. They were all originally laid in 1903 as 39-foot lengths. Up until about 1972, this line ran as the Seaboard Coastline, merged as CSX to family lines, and then the line was basically abandoned within due to the fact that the cost of maintenance on this certain section of track about 25 miles north of here was the most expensive in all of the system. So they chose no longer to run on it. The track today, we're bringing it up to higher standards as you look out to your forward. You'll see we're changing 255 ties per mile. This is one of the only tracks that still exists with 75-pound Dudley rail left in the system. Also, the tie count here is better than most. Rather than ties on center at every 2 feet, they're actually located every 18 inches. The rail today is in great shape. The life longevity of it, if maintained properly, will last probably another 40 to 50 years with no problems.
They're going to two?
Yeah.
Huh?
This is one of the only lines that is actually built that before lock washers were created, they actually used a wooden joint bar setup. There's a piece of part-of-pine wood inside of every joint bar on this line. There's a joint bar every 15 feet staggered from east rail to west rail all the way down through this. Currently today we're going to travel about 6.5 miles south to the original town of Parrish, which was a large produce town and also a passenger station. And we started out in Waimama. And Waimama was actually a founded city by a father that had 3 daughters, Wilma, Maud, and Mary, and W-I-M-A-U-M-A. So that made the city of Waimama.
I thought it was like a Seminole.
Right?
It sounded like it.
Everybody thought that. even I.
44-ton General Electric. BOBO.